Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of AMP TV. I'm your host, Kyle Martin. I'm the operations manager here, and with me, I have Matt Smock, our production manager. Today, we're going to talk to you about the importance of venting your hydraulic tank and making sure you have the proper air exchange for your system.
So we're talking about breathers.
We're talking about breathers. We're talking about breathability.
I'm glad because I'm going to tell you, it's been hot here in the Midwest, and we've got a long day recording ahead of us, and I know I could use a breather.
Different kind of breathing.
Oh, it's not like a break.
No, it's not like a break. You're kind of giving your hydraulic tank a break.
So we're talking about hydraulic tanks again.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what we do.
We're all about the hydraulics here.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
Well, what's the importance of the breathers? Tell people, why is a breather so important? If I can't take a break, at least drop some education on me.
The importance is that the hydraulic tank is not intended to be a pressurized vessel. So you want air exchange. When you're extending your cylinder, it's going to suck the fluid out and it's going to pull air in. When you're dropping your cylinder, it's going to push the fluid back in the tank, and you want that air to escape. If not, you're just going to expand the tank, possibly blow it up.
So oil out, air in, oil in, air out.
Yes. If not, you're going to get fatigue cracks in the metal.
So what exactly does a fatigue crack from poor breathability look like?
A fatigue crack from poor breathability is what happens is the tank will expand and contract and expand and contract. Anybody knows you've been to a piece of metal enough times, it's going to end up breaking.
So for those customers that we've got watching this video and they're not familiar with the internals of a tank, you got some way to enlighten them on that so they can see what's happening.
We're going to show them all that today.
I can't wait. I mean, do you think maybe we could take a breather before we start that segment?
Sure, let's take a breather. We'll be right back.
So Kyle, we got a very cool cutaway of our standard A4000 model here. But why don't you explain to our viewers here what we got going on the inside of this tank?
All right. In 2020, beginning of the year, we changed our design on this tank. Prior to that, we had a baffle that went up under here, and this one was not included. So what happened was there was nothing structurally holding the top of this tank together. So again, when the breathers would get dirty, it would expand and contract, and it would just push this diamond plate in and out until you got a fatigue crack in the metal. So what we've done since then is we moved the baffle up, the horizontal baffle up to the middle, so it holds this structurally together. And since then, it's probably taken care of 99% of our warranty problems.
So we've baffled up, literally.
Yes.
I mean, I think I'd like to take credit for that idea.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
Okay.
You can have it.
Okay, so now that our viewers understand the importance of the breathers, and they kind of got an idea of what's going on inside of the tank, the only thing they really need to be worried about is improper air exchange cracking this long horizontal seam.
Not necessarily the only thing. Now, that is the most common type, but there's another issue that comes to light if you don't change your dirty breathers.
What could that be?
We're going to show you right now.
So right here, we've got an example of what can happen when those breathers aren't exchanging air properly.
Exactly. We talked about the cracks on the horizontal seam on the diamond plate, and this is another issue we're going to address as well.
Now, I noticed this crack is on the head, and if you don't work here, you might not know, these heads have a bit of an X factor to them.
Yes, they do.
And why are these heads X'd?
Well, it's not just a pretty design, although it looks cool. The reason for the X is to keep the heads structurally supported so they don't suck in and out like we talked about with the diamond plate.
So this tank was a tank that was actually in service out in the field, and it flexed so much from improper air exchange, not only did it crack, but it actually removed the X from the head.
Exactly. If you notice, this is one of the newer style tanks that has the baffle up top, so it did not allow the diamond plate to stress crack. The horizontal seams are fine. What happened was they sucked the head in from a dirty breather, so it just expanded, contract, and expand and contract once you take that structural X out, and you get a crack right down the seam of the head.
So let's take a quick minute and just summarize what we've covered so far.
So far, we've covered the importance of breathability of the tank, the fact that it's not supposed to be a pressurized vessel, the importance of cleaning your breathers or replacing them, the importance of preventing stress cracks, fatigue cracks.
And we've also gone over some of the changes we've made to improve the workability and air exchange of these tanks.
Absolutely. I mean, the last thing we want are warranty issues, and the last thing the customer wants is downtime.
I mean, I don't know. Some of them guys out in the field might be able to use a breather.
They might be able to use a breather.
Yeah. So we've covered the X in the heads, we've covered the baffle raise, and we've looked at what can happen if you're not taking care of your tank like you should be. So let's take one look at a breather cap that's been in the field and was not properly maintained.
Oh, let's do it. I'm excited for this.
Are you excited for this? Okay, we've got a breather cap here, and we can see there's some external damage here.
There is. Looks like something got dropped on it. I'm not sure what that's from.
So that's obviously, that's not going to help the breathability.
No, obviously not, because you're smashing the element in there.
So can we open this thing up and check out the internals just to see what a dirty breather cap looks like?
Oh, that's exactly what we're going to do.
So that's obviously, that's pretty filthy.
Yeah, you can see inside the cap is dirty, the bottom of the cap is dirty, and the element itself.
That's got a lot of oil in there.
It does. Squeeze that dude. Yeah. Could you breathe? Could you breathe with that in your system?
No, that's a lot.
Yeah, a hydraulic system is not going to breathe when you have that much oil clogging up the element.
And we've got some dirt in here too. It's obviously pulled in some dust. So this is why we need to change these out every 4 to 6 months.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about the importance of breathers.
Yes.
We've taken a look at what can happen in the field if you're not getting proper air exchange in your tank.
Yeah, downtime.
Downtime for sure.
Yes.
And we discussed some of the improvements we've made to increase the durability of these tanks in the field.
That's absolutely correct. We're playing our part. This is to instruct the end user how to play their part.
So don't forget, every once in a while you need a breather, so does your tank.
Thanks again for joining us on our episode today. Again, Matt Smock, and I'm Kyle Martin. Find out more information on hydraulic oil tanks at AmericanMobilePower.com, where you can find our YouTube page at AMP TV. Thanks for joining us today.
And make sure to come back for more thrilling hydraulic content.